Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel Jeet Ki Pathshala. So today we are going to cover voice, and here we will be solving questions from 96 to 2005. So let's start the video. Voice are mainly of two types, that is active voice and passive voice. Now let's see the definition of active and passive voice. Active voice, the form of the verb which shows the importance of its subject, doer of the action, is called the active voice. So the form of the verb which shows the importance of the subject, when the importance is given to the subject, then it is an active voice. And passive voice, the form of the verb which shows the importance of its object, receiver of the action, rather than the subject, is called the passive voice, and where we give importance to the object rather than the subject, and that is what? That is passive voice. Now let's say some of the important things. So there are three important things to remember. First is subject. Subject, that is the one who does the action, that is the subject. Number two, verb. Verb, as we all know, it is an action word. And number three, object, that is the thing or on which the action is being performed. These are three things which is very important to remember while we are doing voice. Now here we have some of the word. When you change a sentence from active to passive voice, then this word, or you can say the pronoun, also changes. As when we change a sentence from active to passive voice, there are some general rules, and which I will just explain it to you here. First one is the passive voice is formed by using appropriate forms of verb be with the third form of the main verb. Number two, the object takes the place of the subject. Number three, the subject is sometimes left out or it is mentioned. Number four, the verb does not change its tense. So the tense does not change, but only the form changes. Number five, the preposition by is mostly used to show the subject as an agent of the action, or sometimes in place of by we can also use to, with, at and in, but it will depend upon the word. And number six, preposition inseparable attached with the verb in the active voice are not dropped while using by. So sometimes you will have some other preposition attached with the verb, and in that case you will not leave the preposition. It will be attached with the preposition by. So these are some of the general rule which you should remember while you are doing voice. So here when you change a sentence from active to passive voice, the subject changes into object, and it changes like I becomes me, you, they, them, we, us, she, her, it, he, him. So these are some of the important things you should know while solving the question from the voice. Now let's begin the question here. So the first question from 96 is, they asked the boy many questions. Here the sentence is in past indefinite form. That means the form is in subject plus second form of verb plus object. Here the subject is they, the verb is asked, and many question is the object. So when you will change it into passive voice, the form will also change, but the tense will not change. So it will be object plus was or were plus third form of verb plus by plus subject. So the answer here will be, the boy was asked many questions by them. Here we can also take the boy as an object, and also we can write many questions as an object. So here you can also write many questions were asked to the boy by them. Next question here is, the thief will be caught by the policeman. And this sentence is in future indefinite tense and it is in passive voice. Here we will change it into active. The form of active voice in future indefinite will be subject plus will or shall plus first form of verb plus object. So the answer is, the policeman will catch the thief. Now let's see the questions from 97. First question here is, I know your father well. So this sentence is in present indefinite tense and the form in passive voice will be subject will be object plus is, am, are plus third form of verb plus by plus object. But here as we have the verb know, so in this case we will not use the preposition by. To will be used in this case. So the answer here will be, your father is known to me well. Number 2, the poem was written by my sister. So this is in passive form. Here we will change the sentence into active voice and the answer will be, my sister wrote the poem. Now let's see the next question from 98. First question here is, we have completed the arrangements for the fair. And this question is in present perfect tense. Now when you will change present perfect from active to passive, the passive form will be object plus has been or have been plus third form of verb plus by plus subject. And the answer will be, the arrangements for the fair have been completed by us. Here the object arrangements is in plural form. So we use have with plural object and also with I and you we write have. Though I and you they are singular, we mention have. Leaving I and you, whatever singular objects come, you will write has. Number 2, the patient is being examined by a doctor. And this question is in passive form and it is in present continuous form. Now when you will change it into active, the form will be subject plus is, am, are plus first form of verb plus ing plus object. And the answer will be, a doctor is examining the patient. Questions of 99. Number 1, the dog bites strangers. This sentence is in present indefinite tense and it is in active voice. The passive form will be object plus is, am, are plus third form of verb plus by plus subject. So the answer here will be strangers. Strangers is in plural form, so we will write are. Strangers are, third form of bite will be bitten by the dog. Number 2, he was taken to hospital. So this is in past indefinite form and it is in passive voice. Here the subject is hidden. So he was taken to hospital. So someone has taken someone. It can be someone, it can be somebody, or it can be they. So in case of the subject missed out, you can write someone or somebody, or even you can mention they. So the answer here will be, they took him to hospital. Or if you write someone took him to hospital, that is also correct. Questions from 2000 are, number 1, you should not raise this question now. So here we have the modal verb should. So in this case, the form will be object plus should plus be form plus third form of verb plus by plus subject. So the answer here will be, this question should not be raised by you now. Number 2, the bridge was completed in record time. Question is in passive form and it is in past indefinite tense. So now when you will change it into active voice, the form will be subject plus second form of verb plus object. Now here we can say that the subject it's left out. So we can write somebody or we can write the workers completed the bridge in record time. Questions from 2001. Number 1, they say that he is a saint, and the answer will be he is said to be a saint, or you can also write it is said that he is a saint. Number 2, was a tiger killed by the hunter? So this sentence is an interrogative sentence and it is in past indefinite form. So the answer will be, did the hunter kill the tiger? Questions from 2002. Number 1, people speak English all over the world. Answer, English is spoken all over the world. So here we can left out by people. We can leave the subject here. Number 2, the stage was decorated by the students. So this is passive voice and it is in past indefinite form. And the answer will be, the students decorated the stage. Questions from 2003 are, number 1, a doctor is examining the patients. So this sentence is in present continuous form and it is an active voice. And the answer here will be, the patients are being examined by a doctor. Number 2, the tiger was killed by the hunter. Past indefinite and it is in passive voice. Now we have to change it into active. Answer here will be, the hunter killed the tiger. Now let's say the questions from 2004. Number 1, some boys broke the window panes. Past indefinite, so the passive form will be, the window panes were broken by some boys. Number 2, they have completed the work. This is in present perfect form. So we will write has been or have been. Answer, the work has been completed by them. Now let's say the questions from 2005. Number 1, the teacher is correcting our copies. Present continuous form and it is in active voice. So the answer will be, our copies are being corrected by the teacher. Number 2, my book has been stolen. So this question is in passive form and it is present perfect tense. So here the subject is left out. So we can write the subject in this way, somebody has stolen my book. So that's all for today. I hope this part will really help you in solving the questions from voice. We will be back again with our second part of voice where we will be solving questions from 2006 to 2020. Thank you for watching the video.